project is not my house, although it's going to feel like my house. It's very unique. These plans been in the making for like 5 years. This thing is moving very fast, like a typical roll-off project. Front, the east side, east-facing view, going to look very, very barny.
A barn is an example of rough carpentry.
All kinds of barn effects.
Great Scott!
The rear is going to match closer to the rear of the house, which is going to have glass, because that's where the view is. What's this building going to be used for? It's going to be used to store my cars, store my Christmas ornaments, and potentially even have a playroom upstairs in the loft. We are building this building up kind of high, and then we're going to backfill because I want as much view as I can get. We're building the stem walls a little tall, and then we're going to backfill in about 3 feet of gravel and compact it. Into this side over here, it's only about 1 foot high. The ground naturally slopes, and I don't want to go up any steps. And when I transition from the garage to the house, there's going to be a door right around here. Be able to roll my little wheelchair scooter, whatever I'm using at the time, my walker, right into the home.
Building a house involves a considerable amount of rough carpentry.
We are going to cock this building slightly to the north, so the house can be cocked slightly to the south and kind of work together. Here's foundation plan. Cross-section or cutaway showing some of the construction details of how the beams are laid out. This really demonstrates the scissor trusses, but they give you a different pitch on the inside vault, what they do from the outside where the metal is going to go, the roofing material.
Although classified as rough carpentry, it involves careful measuring and cutting.
Floor plan, this is probably the most important document. The bathroom, we have a staircase, we have a little wash sink. This will be where my car goes in. So it's basically a 5-car garage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Please excuse the crudity of this model. I didn't have time to build it to scale at a painting.
My friend cut the foam for me, and then we were able to try different sizes. So this would be a garage roll-up door, and these are all board and bat. I know the coloring's not quite right because we're going to stain them different. And these are all board and bats up here, 1 by 12 cedar. These have little barn doors that close over, storm doors, and they'll have a couple storm doors here that will close. One of the most unique elements of this structure, in my opinion, is the overhang. We've really exaggerated the overhangs out. Instead of them being just a standard 2 foot like this over here, we brought this overhang out 3 foot here and an additional 2 feet here to 5 feet. And then we brought these beams, these accent beams out even further yet beyond that, an extra foot. The back is going to be more glassy because that's where most of the light comes in. So up here, for example, you don't have the barn doors, but you have a glass garage door that just opens for like it's a party door. You can have parties in there. And then this is the bathroom window. Have a couple of little windows that are just a little bigger, a little more glass. 3 windows up here that are all glass. So still have your accent beams up here, your 9 by 14s and your 7 by 12s. This will be all cedar rough cut, these barge boards. A little covered space when you go into this door. And we'll put some posts so this looks a little bit like a Western style boardwalk. So it's kind of a mixture of design ideas. It's both very rustic Western with also a very modern refined flair. Inside, the front half of the barn will have, or garage, will have a loft. So when you're sitting in here, you could look up and see, you know, all the upper structure. I'm enjoying the design process, and we have a big concern that these beams that I'm cutting on our mill, so one day we're taking a tree and cutting it, and the next day it's being installed, that when they dry, we know they're going to shrink, but are they going to twist? Are they going to bend? If they do twist, it might add some character to the whole building. These things weigh about 500 pounds a piece, so it's 16 foot long, 8 feet back into the building, and it's pocketed into the trusses. It's all designed by engineers. And when it pockets back in, we made the pocket just a little bit bigger. So in theory, we could go in there if this does twist too bad, and we could adjust it and twist the front part that sticks out back straight. Remember to like and subscribe, and give me your comments on this video if you have ideas. So all right, guys, let's see if we can make this from paper plans to a model into reality in record time.